I mean, yeah, I kind of hate myself. Um, I guess I just wonder why anyone would like me. I really struggle with that, and my confidence is pretty damn bad.
Comfort to you, ain't got nothing to do with where you are, or where you've been, or where you're going. Comfort to you, has got something to do with who you are, and how you've loved, and how you've pain, and how you've sorrow. Until you know that who you are ain't too far from the truth.
I think that I self-harm because it's just a release of emotions. My emotions get really, really intense. It is believed that I do experience emotions stronger due to possibly BPD. Basically, it magnitudes like your emotions 100 times more maybe than the average person. Therefore, they're incredibly intense, and it's just a total release for me to be able to get rid of some of the anger or sadness I'm feeling. I used to self-harm on my arms when I was a teenager. Again, that's when you can kind of put it down to being a teenager, but then I started getting really embarrassed if they were seen or anything, so I would then do it on my upper legs, my stomach. I did my neck once. I just need to release it in some sense. I mean, I used to punch walls or something, but I've taken it back from that because it's not very quiet to punch walls when there's people in the house, and I guess I don't like people knowing that I'm having a moment in my room. So I went from pretty much punching walls to that. It escalated pretty quickly. I mean, I went from the back of an earring to probably a razor definitely within 2 years anyway. I mean, I would have been about 13 when I was using razors and the likes of that, and then it would have escalated to a knife probably when I was about 16, I'd say. And then, yeah, I mean, it's been kind of big object since then. There was like this like blade that I used to cut my hair with, and you're meant to shave it into your hair or whatever, but I used to like deassemble it and use the blade. It was like just a proper big razor blade rather than like what you shave your legs with or anything. But I've done that too. I mean, you're a teenager at 14 obviously. I mean, your emotions are kind of all over the place anyway, so at the time you could totally put it down to being a teenager, you know. I mean, it's really looked over because it's something that you grow out of, apparently. Alcohol would have been a big one for me. When I first got diagnosed with depression, I would tend to run to it pretty quickly, and I mean, it was bad. I would wake up at 5 a.m. because I wasn't sleeping. I would just start drinking, and I wasn't going to work, and I would stay home and drink all day, and then I either wouldn't eat at all or I'd get takeaway, but then I'd feel not very nice about myself after that, so I would purge. And yeah, there was questions for a while on if I had like bulimia or something. I used to probably use drugs, legal ones too, Valium. I would have abused Valium a bit. Sometimes I guess I would get them for flying, but I would get more than I needed. Or I would tell the doctor I'm flying and I'm not flying, because it's just calms you down, and it's really nice to just calm down sometimes. I don't know if I consider myself as someone who self-harms. I mean, it probably sounds ridiculous because I probably should, because since I do it sometimes. I guess I compare myself to people who do it worse, you know. So I'm like, that's not what I'm doing. So I mean, mine's only minor, when it's not really. I mean, putting a knife to your neck when you're really drunk is not okay. But I I don't know if I would consider myself as someone who self harms. I think I try to every time I do it, and I'm like, oh, it's not gonna happen again, you know. And I will truly believe it, because months could go by or even a year and I won't do it, and I'm like, oh, I'm done with it, that's fantastic, and then I'll just come back to it like 2 years later. So yeah. My home life growing up, I mean, it wasn't the worst. I can't say it was the worst, but it wasn't the best either. I am totally lucky to have grown up with a roof over my head and have been fed and clothed, but I'm not sure if I did feel as loved as I guess a child should. And yeah, I mean, you feel silly even saying it, and like the back of my mind like knows that my family love me, you know, like, and I feel ridiculous to even think that they wouldn't, but like deep down I don't, like, I do feel quite unloved in a way, or just, I suppose, neglected in some sense, abandoned, or the likes of that. At the end of the day, self-harming is kind of the tip of the iceberg, but if there's worse going on, you know, maybe this person is also suicidal, and obviously it's not nice to lose someone to suicide. The last time I self-harmed was last night. I kind of began to do it, really, and I did actually stop myself. I mean, I only left like 2 kind of scratches just when I was like about to kind of get into it, but I did stop myself. But now, like, just there last night, I literally had a scissors and like had it on my leg and began, and then just was like, stop, and I just put it away, and I did stop. I usually I always do. I would tell someone before they get into a relationship with me that, you know, this is something I like struggle with. I don't think it's fair to not tell them. I mean, it's not fair for them to just suddenly have to be faced with it, you know. I think it's important to let them know that that you do struggle with these things, and I mean, some people won't want to deal with that, and that's okay in a way. It sucks on me, but yeah, they usually would notice the scars at some point anyway, even if I wasn't saying them, because I suppose it's the kind of the closest person to you, so they see you a lot. When people see this documentary, I'm not really sure how they'll feel about it, to be honest. I mean, it is nerve-wracking because you do have that whole stigma behind it, and, you know, maybe people will just be like, oh, it's just another dramatic woman, or, you know, just another mental case or something. And I mean, that's quite scary if that is the case, because I think if you know me to my like day-to-day life, like, it's not like that at all, and if anything, I absolutely hate attention. I really do. And it's obviously quite a struggle to do this documentary. I mean, my mood today wasn't the best, and obviously talking about it is going to bring my mood down more. So I just hope that it does have a positive effect on people, and that they do understand that if there is anybody watching it, that I guess if you know someone that self-harms, or you do it yourself, or you suffer from depression or anxiety, you know, you're not the only one, and it's tough, you know, and pretty much you have to like congratulate yourself for just surviving another day sometimes. And I just hope that other people who don't suffer from it can understand that. But I hope I'm not struggling with it for the rest of my life.
You're gonna be fine either way. Comfort to you goes right through you and travels away. Why won't it stay? It travels away from your love to your pain, where it remains until you know that all you know